We have got one break on tap tonight, and that's going to be a half case of Archives Baseball. So we're going to go over a little bit of information before we actually get started ripping. We'll just make sure everybody's on the same page about the important stuff. I think I don't have that quite centered, do I? Is that better? Is that worse? That's probably about the same. I don't know. It'll work anyway, right? So my feedback is automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get positive feedback in return. So that's a little bit of a win-win, and no waiting to boot. The other thing is a big thank you. I always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. We are going to take a look next at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we're going to open Immaculate Baseball by the full case. And then we're going to open a 6-box half inner case of certified football. Did that make sense? And those are loose boxes from shared cases on the certified football. Saturday and Sunday night, both will be off nights. We'll come back on Monday night and break a full case of 5-star baseball. Then on Tuesday, we're going to break a half case of Topps Chrome Jumbo baseball. So that's what we're looking like in the days ahead. As far as shipping, here's what I'm anticipating. Monday, plus or minus a day. So obviously if something came up and it went late, the plus would mean Tuesday. And if things go really well and it gets out the door faster, the minus would be Saturday. But as it stands right now, Monday is what I'm anticipating. All the cards do ship in this break, so there is no reason for consolation cards. We're going to pull a ton of cards, and every team will absolutely have something coming their way. So it is a 5-box half case quantity break of 2020 Archives Baseball. This is break number 2. It ended tonight on eBay the same night that we are breaking it, which is Thursday night, the 27th of August. You'll find your team names on the left-hand side, winning bidder user ID across from each team on the opposite side, and a couple of teams in here that didn't find a forever home, so they will hang out with me, and that would be the Rockies and the Rangers. Got no love tonight, the Rockies and the Rangers. Everybody else, of course, you've got your name across from your team. And the last little piece of business, I'm going to change up the focus. You are going to notice that the background is going to get out of focus here in a second and kind of pretty blurry there in the background. And that is intentional. Please don't worry about that. In fact, that might not even still need to be where we are. It's going to basically let us see our cards up a little bit closer than we would otherwise be able to and avoid all that pesky zooming in and out, which nobody likes. All right, so Archives Baseball. These are going to have a mini poster, box topper in each box. We're also going to find 2 on-card autographs in each box. And then there'll be lots and lots of base and some parallels and different things. And, of course, we'll spend a little bit more time in the first box than in subsequent boxes as we come across some of that stuff the first time. So we'll go a little bit slower, at least through the first few packs anyway. Hi, Drew Dizzy. How are you? He wants to know how much for the Rockies and the Rangers. Do you have other teams already shipping to you, or would those be... or would I also have to ship them and you don't already have a package coming? Because that makes a difference on this one, just because of the volume of cards that we're talking about. So our box loader poster here, it is Ernie Banks, Mr. Sunshine for the Cubs. These are all just blank on the back. And other than this first one, which I opened up to show you that they are blank on the back, subsequent ones, we'll just look at them like this so we don't have to fold and unfold them and all that kind of stuff. Because, well, honestly, they're not the sturdiest thing you could ever see. You do have other teams in here. Okay. So, yeah, if you wanted to pick up those 2 teams, we could do it for basically $9 for the pair of them. If you sent it by way of PayPal, we could swing that. So you just let me know if that's what you want to do or not. And if you do, we'll plug you in there. And if you don't, then I'll just let those 2 teams ride with me. Either way, it's okay with me. You want them? All right, very good. Give me a second here. What I'm going to do, is type in here for you the email that I use for PayPal. Now, I don't use that for correspondence, so if you guys ever send a message to that email, I'm quite literally never going to see it. But I do use it for some stuff like PayPal where it's been in there forever and I'm too lazy to go through and change all that stuff. All right, so let me write this in here. I'm going to update chat, or update chat. Let's try that again. I'm going to update the spreadsheet, and I'll be right back with you. Just 1 second. I'm going to update to show that these two teams are going home with somebody. And that's just to make sure that I know what's happening with them when it comes time to sort them and ship them, because there won't be a record of it on eBay, of course. Yeah, almost got it. 1 second, guys. Thank you for your patience. And Drew Deasy, thank you, of course, for picking these two teams up that didn't sell on eBay. Hopefully we'll have some good luck for you there with the Rangers and the Rockies. All right. And we have also got Chevy Bowtie here. Hi, Chevy Bowtie. Your nephew lives here in Lexington, and you're up in Ohio. Okay. Well, Cincinnati Reds are my team, so yeah, I'm all about Ohio as far as baseball goes. Now, football, well, I go a little farther north. I'm a Steelers fan in football. But I do love my little Cincinnati Reds in baseball. All right, let me get the rest of these we're just going to go ahead and get all these packs open, because why not, right? It seems a little faster if you can just kind of do them all at once while you're in a rhythm, I think. Then stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. CIA Chef is here. Hi, CIA Chef. You need a Mike Yastrzemski auto. I assume you're talking about Mike. I guess you could be going old school and talking Carl, but I should ask, I guess. You looking for Mike or Carl? Oh, I see. He's got down in there, Carl, not Mike. All right. Well, that's a little tougher pull, but I will do my best. MILB fan says, seeing who you have in Ohio in football, he doesn't blame me for going a little north to make the Steelers my team. That's funny. Let me get my view fixed back over here so I can also see what I am doing on both levels. Now, of course, these are examples of just plain base cards, and there are a variety of them, of course. That's another example of just a plain unnumbered base. We'll see several of these kinds of things that are a couple of guys on there with nicknames, various things, also unnumbered. This, of course, an anniversary version as well. All of these are anniversary versions of various years of other Topps products. And if we come across one that's numbered, I, of course, am going to flag it and let you know. Most of them are not going to be. The other thing I should point out, the ones that look like this and a few of the others might have facsimile signatures on them, meaning they're printed on there. They're not actually hard-signed autographs. Now, occasionally, there will be a hard-signed autograph that I will not catch, because I'll just catch it and think it's a facsimile autograph in this product and not catch it. And every once in a while, that happens to me. So if you see one go by that I don't stop on, flag it for me, please. Otherwise, we'll end up going back through the pile to find it after the fact. So there's an example of one of the nickname cards. That's the Millville Meteor, which is, of course, Mike Trout. Again, unnumbered, but the nickname cards are pretty cool. I like them a lot. So some fun little stuff like that in here. Oh, you know I'm happy starting out like this with a Cincinnati Reds autograph, the first one we see. Even though I don't have the Reds, I still like to pull them. It is Reggie Sanders for my little Cincinnati Reds. That is the first of a pair of autographs that we should pull out of here tonight. Meredith, you have the Giants, so you want the Mike Yastrzemski. All right, so we got a Mojo request in for both Mike and Carl Yastrzemski, grandpa and grandson. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? If we pulled them both. If we pulled both Carl and Mike in the same break. I would like to do that. I mean, on different cards. Although, if they were on the same card, that'd be fine too. But I'm just saying, odds-wise, to pull them both in the same break, being separate, that would be pretty impressive. Well, what I have here is a Pedro Martinez autograph. And that, of course, is out for the Red Sox. I put it in upside down. Daggone it. Let's try that again. So, Pedro Martinez, Red Sox, that's a nice hit. And that is, of course, our second hit out of box number 1. So, we know we've got our autographs accounted for here out of the first box anyway. And there's Hammer and Hank Aaron. That's another nickname card. Again, those are generally speaking not going to be numbered. If we see one that is numbered, we'll flag it like this. This is numbered. And it is to 175 for the White Sox. And it's Zach Collins. And that is our purple parallel there for the White Sox, who have actually been on an impressive little run lately. The White Sox have been. Chevy Bowtie, you're a 49ers fan because, oh, your best friend's son plays for them. Oh, cool, man. That's awesome. So now you know we want to know, like, who is it, right? Who is it? You have to tell us that now. Deion Sanders to 25. Look at my Cincinnati Reds getting a nice low-numbered Deion coming out for Cincy. That's always fun, too. Gotta love Deion. So, yeah, the Reds and the Brewers are in the midst of a doubleheader tonight. And Jesse Winker, what about that? I think he's decided now that we at least temporarily have designated hitters on both sides of the aisle. Jesse Winker's decided, hey, I think I could be DH all the time. He's just been knocking them out of the park right and left. And it's good because there's really not a spot for him otherwise. Nice little rookie commemorative set rookie parallel there for, or insert for Gavin Lux and the Dodgers. We will see more of those besides just that Gavin Lux. And of course, again, those are unnumbered, but kind of fun. And you don't see them as frequently as the other inserts. So that's the other thing about it. Howard says, which Mets were in that first pile? Oh, base cards? Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I don't look at all the teams on the base cards. There's a zillion base cards in here. I honestly have zero idea which Mets came out as far as base cards go. So, of course, now I will post the break after we finish it. It will be posted online as well. So if you missed anything, you will be able to go back and watch it in the replay. But as far as me keeping track of the base cards when there's this many in there, yeah, Howard, I don't do that. I'm sorry. So we've got a poster that is bent up right out of the box. You can see one of the corners, actually both the corners. That one's bent down and the one on the back is bent a little bit as well. Or will actually be the bottom, I should say, of the front. And that is a Javi Baez Cubs poster with the little factory bend, unfortunately. Drew Deasy wants a Chili Davis. Oh, I'd like to find a Chili Davis. That'd be nice. CIA Chef, you're digging the Pedro Martinez, I'm guessing. I'm behind on chat, but when I see that sweet in there, I think that's probably in relation to Pedro. I believe so. Oh, Howard, if you, again, man, if we stop and turn every single card going the right way, we're going to take like twice the time to go through the break as they do. I mean, you can look in this individual pack and how many, well, in that one we wouldn't have had to turn over very many. In most of these packs, you're going to have several cards that you've got to turn over as you go through. But, yeah, man, if you need them flipped over on the base cards, I guess we can flip them over. So they go 100 different ways in these packs, no matter how you open them and lay them down. Topps has them going in all kinds of different directions. It just adds to the handling of the cards. Personally, I think their cards are best off handled the least amount possible. So that's another reason we don't usually stop and rotate and flip and do all that stuff. But I guess we will do it tonight. Yeah, Meredith, those posters are really thin, not good quality. I mean, that's why I told you guys up front that I wasn't going to open up but the one, just to show you that the back wasn't numbered and then it was plain, because I don't like to open them any extra times because they are, as you say, not a high quality paper at all. This is Bob Wickman and is our first autograph out of box number 2. That is headed to Cleveland. The Indians, baby. Got the Indians in business early on tonight. So there's another nickname. That one was for Lindor. And another one of the sporting news headlines. Those inserts are fairly plentiful in here too, but they do not have numbering or anything on them either. MILB fan said it would have been funny if those 2 sample packs had the autos. I know, right? And of course this one doesn't have as many upside down as we had a moment ago, but we'll find more that way. Panini's actually worse about it than Topps. Panini is absolutely terrible about having cards go in 100 different ways in the same pack, and I hate it that they do that. Topps does it some, but not to the degree that Panini does it. That is numbered to 175 for the Dodgers. It is Tony Gonsolin for the Dodgers. Yeah, so I don't know why they can't just handle their business and all go the right way. And Panini, of course, sometimes faces them the opposite way, like turns them over when they're the hit. And I'm okay with that, because then you're, you know, oh, it's parallel, it's a short print, whatever. That's not too bad. But then they do all that crazy stuff of going 100 different directions and that sort of thing. That is less thrilling. I don't like that too much. But it does happen. So we are still looking for our second autograph. Right on cue. We hit it. It's a Yankee. New York Yankees are out here with one Shane Spencer. And that would be our second autograph out of box number 2. Ooh, and here's our mini. And it's going to Pittsburgh and the Pirates. Well, Ralph Kiner mini for the Pirates. You all know I love my minis. I do, I do, I do. Love my minis. Drew Deasy says less handling is preferred. Oh, I know. I agree. I agree with you on that. That's generally why we roll through them the way they come out most of the time. But we're going to do it a little differently tonight, since we had a request there about it. We will try to honor that tonight. All right, our poster is the polar bear, Mr. Pete Alonso for the New York Mets. Hold on, hold the phone. That's autographed. That's for real autographed, kids. Yeah, that's not printed on there. Oh, how you like that, Mets? I want to see what the odds are for that. Hang on a minute. Those autograph posters, that's got to be high odds. Let's see if it tells us what they are. Somewhere on here it does, but I can't see it right off the top of my head. And I was trying to find it real quick, but that's got to be like one in every bazillion cases that you get one, especially a really nice one like Pete Alonso. And I tell you what, I need to get something for that. Hang on a second. Yeah, so we're doing all right, aren't we? Loose box break, and we hit one of the autograph posters. And with Alonso, no less. So it's pretty sweet. So now all of these will ultimately come to you, these little posters, in one of these 5x7 top loaders. I will ultimately load them all in just to make sure that they get safely shipped. They don't really love going in there because the sleeve is bigger. It takes a minute to work them down because the sleeve is bigger than the little poster itself, and the little poster is kind of flimsy, and you got to kind of, you know, coax it in there. But it's finally, well, no, still not quite in there. Now it's in there. So there you go. I just wanted to go ahead and get him in there right away because they are, as we said, a little flimsy. So yeah. So nice for the Mets. Meredith said Bowman in particular likes to put hits upside down. I know, right? I mean, it's weird when they do that. And they don't do it consistently. Topps doesn't do it consistently, nor does Bowman, which of course is a Topps brand. And Panini, neither. Some of them will have all the cards going the right way all the time. And then the next time you open it, they'll be going 100 different directions. And then the next time you open something, hits are facing the opposite way. And then the next time, the hits and the parallels face the opposite way. And then sometimes with Panini, you'll have one facing the opposite way and be pretty sure it'll be a hit, right? Because most of the time they are when they do that. And then you'll flip it over and it'll be nothing. Won't be a short print, not numbered, not a hit, not anything. So I have no idea what kind of strange logic they use in deciding how they collate this stuff, but it varies. It's no consistency to it at all, that's for sure. Meredith, you saw a signed Trout poster on Twitter, so you knew it was possible. Yeah, but you hadn't seen the odds. I know, and it's got to say somewhere on this pack, but there's so many stupid odds on here, I couldn't find it. See, it's such tiny little writing, and there's like 8 million types of odds on there. But it can't, I mean, it's got to be long odds, far odds. And I'm trying again to see if I can see it on there, but I really haven't. But I'm going to say it's pretty rare. It's not going to be one you'll be finding too many of. We'll put it like that. So anyway, that was a nice hit. And of course, you guys know I like Alonso anyway. So fun little hit. And even though the poster quality is not great, that autograph looked good. For the Braves, it is Ralph Garr. And it is numbered to 150, and it is autograph number 1 out of box number 3. Well, autograph 1A, I guess, since our poster was signed. Yeah, we'll call it autograph 1A. So we should still get 2 card autographs, even though our poster was signed. I believe we will still get both of our autographs on the cards as well. Well, that's what MILB's fan was just saying over there, asking if he thinks that that'll be one of the 2 autographs. Asking, do I think, rather, that will be one of the 2 autographs. I don't think so. It could turn out that way. We'll find out, I guess. But I'm thinking not. Thinking we'll still get them both in the packs. Because that's the way it's worked in other products. Like if you think about other products with box loaders, Gypsy Queen and stuff, where you sometimes would find an autographed box loader, it didn't keep us from getting the other hits in the box. So I would hope that that would be the case here tonight as well. The New York Yankees, that is numbered to 175. It's the Babe. Oh, whoops, we gotta... And we got a lot of those little Sports Extra headlines rolling through here tonight. Quite a few of them have come along. I do like Archives, but man, I do wish it had fewer base cards. I say that every year, though. There's a lot of the old school products that have tons of base cards if you really think about it. And by old school, I mean the ones that have the look and feel of baseball cards from days gone by. The Red Sox, look at you go. Got another autograph out for the Sox, and this is Bernie Carbo out. So 2 autographs so far tonight for the Red Sox. And that answers our question. The Alonso autograph on the box loader, just a bonus. We still got both of our autographs in the packs as we expected. So that worked out well. I like that plan. I like extras. Because you know I am always greedy on your behalf. I'm always looking for the most we can get for you guys in any break. They give us extra of something. Oh yeah, I'm all about it. I love it. Number 299 for the Yankees. It is Giancarlo Stanton, whose rookie cards said Mike Stanton. You guys probably remember that. Mike or Michael. Because somebody told him when he first came over here and started playing that he should have a more American sounding name. So for whatever reason he came up with Mike or Michael, and so his rookie cards pretty much say Mike Stanton on them. Wild, right? Yo, probably all already knew that, but in case somebody's young, maybe didn't know it, I don't know. Red Sox again is Big Papi and David Ortiz. I love that. Look at that. They made him like a giant in the ballpark. That's awesome. Just the imagery on it I liked. So Red Sox are doing pretty well tonight. Racking up the autographs. Got the posters. Kind of rolling along. Meredith said since the box specifies that there are 2 on-card autographs, seems like the poster wouldn't count. Yeah, you're exactly right. I didn't really think that it would, but I don't know that Archives has had poster box loaders in the past that I remember. Did we have them? I don't remember having them in Archives in the past. Maybe we did, and I just don't remember it, but anyway, that's the first autographed poster out of Archives that I pulled, so I wasn't going to say for 100% certain it would be that way until we learned the hard way by looking through it all, so yeah. So now we know. But that's the way that stuff should be. That should always be just a bonus, an extra, something nice. That's my problem with Panini Rewards Points. Because really, let's face it, they call them Rewards Points, but then they replace a hit. Well, nobody wants that dumb points cards instead of a hit. We'd all rather have the autograph, right? Or the relic or whatever. So I think it's kind of bogus that they call them Rewards Points and act like we should want them like it's a reward, because it's not, in my opinion. It's kind of like a punishment, because you lose a hit when you pull one of those things. And to add insult to injury, they also charge you shipping when you redeem it. Like, how wrong is that? They already took a hit away to give you the points cards, and then when you want to pick out something with your points cards, oh yeah, by the way, you owe us shipping to get your quote-unquote reward. That's like, come on, man, that's not right. So yeah, I am not a fan of that at all. You know me. Don't like the rewards points. Unless they were really rewards, then I might, but they're really not, so I don't. There's a little Nico rookies insert, and first autograph out of box number 4 brings us a manager, Lloyd McClendon, for the Pittsburgh Pirates. CIA chef says, go Red Sox. This is why he likes breaking here, because I always pull in a lot of Red Sox. You know, Red Sox are hit or miss, too. They really are. They're like the Reds in that sense. You either seem to pull several things for them, or you just skunk and get nothing. I think the Reds are very much a team that is like that as well. It's an all or nothing most of the time. And then there's other teams you just almost always find something for. This year, that team is the Oakland A's. And I'm going to guess that everybody's noticed that by now. I mean, how many product breaks have you seen that don't have an Oakland A's rookie autograph in them? Hardly any. They're everywhere. Those guys must have just sat down and signed for a month solid. We have an Andy Ashby autograph, and that is for the Padres. And that is our second autograph out of box number 4. Oh, by the way, I saw that Leaf is coming out with a new Pete Rose product of some sort. I didn't click into it and read the details of the solicitation, but they're going to do, you know, they did another Pete Rose set a while back. So they're going to do something with Charlie Hustle. To 175, right on cue, there comes an Oakland A. Not autographed, but still. It's Ramon Laureano. MILB fan says, remind you of the time you got scratch-offs and won more scratch-offs in Georgia. Yeah, I know. It's like, that's not fun either, because then if you don't live in the state, it does you no good to have them. Yeah, I know. It's like my brother-in-law, my sister and my brother-in-law live in Pittsburgh. Well, outside of Pittsburgh in 84, Pennsylvania. But anyway, and sometimes they will give lottery tickets at the holidays, you know, as an extra little gift or whatever. But of course, if we scratch off and hit anything, we don't have any way to cash it. So then it just ends up getting sent back up there anyway. So it's like, but it was fun to scratch it off. So, you know, that's fun. That part is fun, at least. Because I do like scratching them. I'll admit it. I do. It's kind of addicting. I would love sometime to just buy a whole one of those big giant rolls of them and just scratch them all. Of course, you'd lose $1 zillion because obviously you would never get back as much as the roll was worth. I shouldn't say never. I will say probably 90% of the time you would not make your money back. 10% of the time you might make your money back. Probably 1% of the time you might actually hit something big and make money. But if I were rich, I would go buy a whole roll of one of those things and just sit and scratch them off for hours. It would be so much fun. And if you were rich, it wouldn't matter, right? Just be like, I don't care. Gave away some money. Doesn't matter. Had fun. There is a New York Yankees All Rise Aaron Judge poster. That is out of box number 5. So we are rolling along here, heading into some last box mojo. And yeah, most of you know what that means. For anybody who might be new with us, what that is, well, when we hit the last box, we kind of collectively try to focus our efforts, our energies, whatever you want to call it, and hope the break mojo will bring us some super special, spectacular hit out of the last box. So we're going to do our best anyway. Howard, your daughter's favorite player is Pete Alonso. Oh, awesome. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. I'm so glad that that's going to a good home. That makes me happy. I was, my sister and I were Cincinnati Reds fans growing up. Of course, you know, we lived here in Kentucky, so we were in close proximity, and our parents were Reds fans, and I was always a Johnny Bench fan. My sister is a Pete Rose fan. And I remember as a kid, I would take my allowance, you know, and go down to the little corner grocery, or really more of a probably convenience store. And that's when you still bought the packs that had the gum in them, you know, and stained the back of the cards and all that. But I would always go down there and buy packs and hope to find Johnny Bench cards and that sort of thing. It was so much fun. It would be hard for me if I were a kid collecting in today's world, because there are so many choices and so many options, and everything is really, not everything, but most things are pretty expensive. And I would probably just lose my grip because I wouldn't, I wouldn't be able to get all the stuff. But that is one of the reasons that breaks make good sense too, though, is because you can make your money go a little farther. But anyway, my point is, I remember what it was like if you got something good for your favorite player when you're young, and I'm really happy we got that Pete Alonso for your daughter. This is the Atlanta Braves Mark Wohlers, and that is autograph number 1 out of box number 5. So if you have the Braves, you're probably thinking, yeah, last box mojo, it might have helped me out a little bit. If you're everybody else, you're going, oh man, I hope that last hit is mine. So, yeah. We will do our very, very best to get that for you. If we can find whatever it is you're looking for, we're going to do our best. Chevy Bowtie says, you've noticed in this stuff, it seems like 1 or 2 teams hit everything. You know, that can be the case in any product. They have done in recent years, and by recent years, I'm going to say like the last 2 to 3 years, Topps and Panini both have not done what I think is a very good job collating. There are times when I'll open a case of something and it'll be an overwhelming amount of one team, or 50% one team, or some other crazy stuff. And it didn't used to be like that. But whatever changes they made in collation probably apply to both of them, because I've noticed it happening not just with Topps, not just with Panini, but with both. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. And if you have one of those teams, it's awesome. And if you don't, oh, it's terrible and frustrating. So this is numbered to 25. It is Yamamoto for the Marlins, and it's a hollow foil. So that's a fun little hit there for the Yamamoto hollow foil to 25. So I like that. First parallel we've seen in that hollow foil out of this product this year. So fun times there. Meredith, you got sick of always losing at scratchers, so you started doing card breaks instead. Listen, I do both. Is that bad? I know, right? And I also play the stock market, and I've been known to play the horse races, and I know it's bad, right? But it's fun. It's so much fun. And I've said a million times before that when it comes to breaks, there's something about it, and I'm sure this applies probably to many of you too, but pulling it out of a break or pulling it yourself out of a pack, yeah, that's our hit, but I'm deferring it for a minute, is somehow much more satisfying than just buying it. Because I have chased cards before, older cards usually of particular players, and I'll realize, my gosh, I've bought into so many breaks and I've spent so much money. I could have bought that card 10 times over. But it's just not the same. It's not as much fun. It's not as satisfying as hitting it in a break or pulling it yourself out of a box you're opening personally. Can't explain it, but that's how it is. The Pirates and Manny Sangulian, and I know I butchered that last name. Just pretend like I didn't. We'll just call him Manny. He's for the Pirates. He is the second autograph out of box number 5. All right, so there is the break. We do have a little recapping to do, however. We're going to take a spin through our autographs and our numbered cards, get one more little peek at them. And, well, you know what? We'll look at our posters, too. Why not? There's not very many of them, and one of them's autographed, too, so. All right, we have got the Aaron Judge for the Yankees, All Rise. There's Big Papi for the Red Sox, David Ortiz. The Javi Baez is bent, and I want to say that the Javi Baez we got out of our last break, we had a poster that was bent in a similar fashion right out of the box, and I think it was Baez too. Makes me wonder if they had that happen in printing somehow. But anyway, that's the Cubbies. And this also, the Cubbies, is Mr. Sunshine and Ernie Banks. And then, of course, we had this little beauty. Right. Signed Pete Alonso for the Mets. Love it. It's actually probably my favorite. It is. It's my favorite hit of the night. That's not even probably. It is my favorite hit of the night. So that's how I feel about that. All right, this is numbered to 25. It's a hollow foil, Yamamoto for the Marlins. For the Oakland A's, Ramon Laureano to 175. Numbered to 99, that is Giancarlo Stanton and the Yankees. To 175, it's the Babe for the Yankees. The Pirates get our mini. That is Ralph Kiner. Then the Dodgers to 175, Tony Gonsolin, I always butcher it. Deion Sanders, nice. Number to 25 for my little Cincinnati Reds. And the White Sox to 175, bringing home a Zach Collins. The rest of our autographs, it is the Pirates and Manny Sanguilian, which I know. Mark Wohlers, that's out for the Atlanta Braves. Then we have one for the Padres, Andy Ashby. We've got the manager for the Pirates. Why not? Lloyd McClendon. Red Sox, that is Bernie Carbo. Ralph Garr, another one for the Atlanta Braves. It is numbered to 150. The Yankees, Shane Spencer. And then we have a little Bob Wickman making an appearance for the Cleveland Indians. This little beauty here, that's Pedro Martinez for the Red Sox. That is just all kinds of nice. And we got it started tonight with the Reds and Reggie Sanders. So there you go. That's this half case of archives. Now, of course, I'm going to put up our spreadsheet information one more time. If you missed it earlier, here's going to be your opportunity to take a little peek at when you can expect your stuff to ship, and then we'll look at what's coming up in the days ahead and all that fun stuff. So that is Monday is when I'm expecting this to ship, but it does say up there plus or minus a day because, well, sometimes I'm able to get things out early, and every once in a while something goes out late, and I do my best to hit the date that you see listed or before that when possible. So Monday, that's what I'm planning on at this moment. Now, consolation cards are not going to matter tonight because all the cards ship, and you just saw us open a bunch of cards. So, yeah, there's a bunch of cards. Every team will have a stack of cards, and everybody will get a package. So we don't need to worry about consolation. The days ahead, it looks like this. Tomorrow night, it's Case of Immaculate Baseball and a 6-box half inner case of Certified Football. Those are loose boxes from shared cases. Saturday and Sunday are both off nights. Monday night, it's a case of 5-star baseball. Tuesday night, it's a half case of Topps Chrome Jumbo Baseball. So that is the news that you need to know about days ahead. And let me see real quickly if I missed anything in chat here. Chevy Bowtie says those were the days. I bet you're talking about when I was mentioning, the old school stuff when you spent a quarter and got a pack and a stick of gum. If you could call that gum, it was pretty rank. But anyway. Howard, she's excited about hitting the Pete Alonso. That's good. I'm glad. That makes me happy. And you met him at PNC at his barbecue stand. Oh, you're talking about Manny? The Pirates? Oh, nice. That's nice. Meredith, you said that looked like a Topps Heritage card from this year. You talking about the mini? Yeah, it's actually, oh shoot, I changed the focus. Now I gotta hold it way back there. I forgot, and I changed the focus already, so you can't really see it too much anymore. But I think, is that the one you were asking about, the Ralph Kiner? Maybe. I'm not certain, but maybe. And Chevy Bowtie says, old Manny is a good man. You see him at PNC all the time. His health is not the best, but he still signs for little kids. Aw, that's nice. I like that. It's good to know when guys are decent, because sometimes guys are not decent. sometimes, and I mean, I'm sure it does get old, right? If people go up to them and approach them when they're out with friends or family or trying to eat or whatever, and I'm sure it can get really tiresome. And if they want to brush off an adult, I'm totally okay with that. But when they want to be rude to kids or brush off kids, I don't like that at all. And I've seen that happen before. So, I always think the kids, it's about them. It should be. I know we all like our autographs and our stuff too, but it really should be. If they have to pick and choose, they should always choose to sign for the kids. So I agree with you on that. So, oh, the Pirates autograph you said, Meredith. Hang on, let me find that again. There were 2 of them, 2 Pirates autographs. So, yeah, because this would have been from, shoot, I keep forgetting I've changed the focus. This would have been from 1970, right? That's the 1970 base card, I believe, design. So that would have been where we were in Heritage. Were we at 70 this year in Heritage, or were we at 71? It goes sequentially, obviously, in Heritage. I think we had the 1970 year for Heritage. I believe it was. So that's why it looks like it. Yeah. So then, of course, next year Heritage will be 71 and so on and so forth. And then by the time it gets in the 80s, it's going to make me feel like I'm ancient because, oh, man, I don't even want to go there. But anyway, before long, I guess we got another 10 years. But once it gets into the 80s, I'm going to feel so old. I'm not looking forward to that. But anyway, so... all right, well, that is it for me tonight, guys and gals. Thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate you being here. I hope that you enjoy what is left of our work week, only one day left, and that you'll come back and see me again tomorrow night. But if not then, maybe sometime soon. I always like having the company. In the meantime, stay safe, happy, and healthy, and we will see you tomorrow night. Bye now.